Hello, Aries. I'm here to do your third party energy reading. This is valid for anyone who is an Aries, anyone dealing with an Aries, or if the third party is an Aries. So let's go ahead and get right into it. It's probably going to be a longer video, but I will timestamp things. We're going to look first at the situation between you and your person. Then we're going to look at the situation between your person and the third party. And we will try from there to see how it's going to turn out with three of you. And in some cases, the four of you. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Aries energy in a third party situation. My name is Molly. I thank you for being here with me. I want to thank everyone who has reached out for a reading. You may notice I gave you a discount, and I will give you that discount again the second time you reach out. So I appreciate you. Thank you. And we do have readings available. The information's in the description box below. Thank you so much. So as we get started here, the energy between you and your person, you have the Eight of Swords reversed. Looks like you're trying again after this third party interfered. You have the Emperor, definite Aries energy on the board. We have the Temperance reversed, so things are still a little bit awkward, off balance, but we're going to get past that. You have the Hierophant reversed. We may not have made any serious commitments to each other because we have to see with this new beginning how things are going to go. We have to rebuild some sort of trust here in the situation. And we do also have the Four of Pentacles reversed, which is very go with the flow energy. That makes sense. You have two fours on the board, so I do think that you have the foundation to get this back on the right track after this third party situation. So starting here again with our Eight of Swords reversed, that's our trying again energy. And the Emperor is the foundation. It is the Aries energy. It's the Mars energy, the warlike energy. I'm going to fight for my person is what he's saying. I'm going to stay in control of this situation. The Temperance here is reversed to, I think, remind us, being right next to that Emperor there, that we've got to be in control of our own self before we can control things around us. That emotional self-control, which puts us in a better position for things to go our way when we are fighting for our person. Also, the energy of fighting coming from that war energy rather than love is not always conducive to making things work, but I do understand, of course, not readily recommitting to the person. So we have an untraditional sort of situation, an untraditional sort of relationship. People will tell you, oh my God, they cheated. Why are you going back with that person? Why are you giving them another chance? And it's fairly obvious you're doing that because you love the person. And the Hierophant, I'm not overly committed. I'm going to see what happens, even though this is not the way people usually handle things. I want to see how this goes. I want to see if I can make it work with my person who did this bad thing. Okay? And we do have the Four of Pentacles reversed. Again, that's the going with the flow energy. It's letting go. You know, you do need sometimes to let go of that on some level so that we can go forward and have that trust. You know, rather than Four of Pentacles, I'm going to bring this up to the camera. The Four of Pentacles holding on to something. Like, I'm not going to open up and be vulnerable with you because you did this thing to me. I'm holding a grudge. You guys have it here reversed. So now I'm going with the flow. I'm going to go ahead and let that go for the sake of the relationship so that we can have the foundation and keep it and make it even stronger so that we can go forward very well together. So I think that's a great start there. If you're still wanting your person after this third party energy has interfered and your person unfortunately allowed that. I'm going to go ahead before I get into what's going on with them and the third party, what the energy is between the two of them. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what your person would say to you if you guys are not in fact in communication. What is the message from your person? And this may even be, what do they want to say to you that they're not saying to you, even if you are in communication? Because it looks like we have that new beginning, trying again, but I'm be careful and observe this person. It's kind of where you're at with your person, Aries. And I want to tell you how I feel. So someone's holding back, and they're holding back even though we're going with the flow here because we haven't rebuilt that trust. We don't have that traditional commitment now because we're making sure that the foundation really is solid enough to withstand this third party interference. Now, between your person and the third party, okay, I'm just going to do them in order. There's a lot here, a lot to talk about, okay? So we do have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, the way I interpret him in a love reading, when he's upright like this, he's not a bad guy, but he's the sort of guy who keeps his friends for a long time, his whole lifetime. You got to think about, who is this King of Pentacles? Yes, he's all about success and money and things of that nature, but not in a greedy way when he's upright like this. This is someone who holds on to his people. So even though we're trying to let go of what has happened, your person may not entirely close the door on this other person. And maybe that's because you haven't fully recommitted. So for me, we have the moon reversed. That adds to the confusion of things, okay? Your person may be dealing with a Pisces with this card, or even a Gemini with the Lovers reversed next. So that's just leading to confusion. There hasn't been a decisive move made to completely cut this other person out. They're kind of weighing their odds. I don't want to close that door completely, because if I do, and it doesn't work out with me and my person, I might have no one. This person is afraid to be alone, is what I'm getting. So we have the Lovers reversed. The Lovers reversed does indicate a choice needs to be made. It makes perfect sense. I mean, you know, in most cases, unless we're really going to go untraditional, we don't have two lovers. And in this case, that is not what you're wanting here, okay? So a choice will need to be made. And that's all the Lovers is saying. You know, there's probably love for you as well as the other person, but you got to make a choice. You can't have us both. And it's just not going to work. Now, if you just wait, here's your other person, okay? Maybe an earth sign you're dealing with as a third party, Cancer, Capricorn, Virgo, see, I don't even know my signs, and Taurus. I absolutely know my signs. I just can never think of them. You guys know it. I'm not going to even speak to them anymore. I do believe it's probably a Taurus, though, if it is an earth sign energy. But if you look, this person here, this is your person, the King of Pentacles, okay? He wants to hold on just in case. He's hedging his bets. That's making the other person crazy, okay? So here's your key if you want to win over this person. Get him out of the picture, which is probably what you want. Queen of Pentacles, when she's reversed, she drops the control of the situation. She drops that pentacle. And she's like, I've got nothing. I'm giving everything to this situation. And this guy's perfectly content. Look at him. He's happy with his pentacle. Everything's good. He's hanging on to me. He's stringing me along, is what I'm hearing. In time, and not too long, the moon indicates a time frame of 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, like a moon cycle. So by 4 weeks from the time you're seeing this video, this person's going to go a little nutty. And if they lose their emotional self-control and you maintain your emotional self-control because you know you have a history with this person and you have the foundation to rebuild from, that's going to get things going in your favor, okay? There are certain areas, okay? It's not all perfect, but there are certain areas between the third party and your person where they are on the same page. They do have some common meeting ground. It could be that they're similar in background. They're similar because they have a kid and maybe you guys don't have a kid together. Whatever it is, there is some common meeting ground they have, but it's not nearly as strong as the energy between the two of you. And your person is holding back a little bit. Like I said, I want to tell you how I feel, which indicates they haven't told you how they feel because they're afraid. Your person's in a lot of fear. They don't want to be alone. So they're holding on, keeping in communication. They haven't completely closed that door, but you know what to do. Just wait out the other person till they lose patience. When are you going to leave this person? When are you going to stop it? They're not going to want to hear that. That's going to push them away. And then you win. if you think your person is still someone worthy of winning after this third party. And that's what I have for you guys. I hope that helps. Please do comment. You know the stuff. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Thanks for being here. Bye.